Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss the molecular orbital theory. In the last lecture, we have discussed the hybridization, how that particular molecule get forms. Molecule will form after the overlapping of the atomic orbitals that we have seen according to the valence bond theory. That particular we have seen. Now we have to see how the actual molecule will get formed. Here the example is given on the basis of the MOT explained the neon is mono atomic in nature. That is the that particular thing is there. For this purpose we have to take this particular electronic configuration of the neon. You know the atomic number of neon is the 10, hence the atomic the electronic configuration will be the 1s2 2s2 2p6. Then the molecule of neon have molecule of neon means the two neon atoms are there, they will gives you the 20 electron in the molecule. Atomic orbital of the one atom overlap with the atomic orbital of the other atom to form the molecular orbital. 1s orbital are considered as non-bonding. 2s orbital of the two atoms overlap and form sigma 2s and sigma star 2s. Here you can see that is shown in the diagram. Here the one that these are the electrons of the one that particular we can say uh, this one is will be the non-bonding one. Only 2s and 2p orbital will take part in formation of the molecular orbital. You can see the molecular orbital diagram is shown over here, which is not visible properly, but you can see that you have to join these lines also. Here this line is there. In the diagram this line you have to join. It is not visible due to the that particular scan copy is there. See, when you extrapolate you can observe these lines. These are the lines for this particular thing. 2p and 2s will be individual. Here sigma 2s and the sigma star 2s will be there, that you have to remember. Okay, then sigma 2pz and the sigma star 2pz. Then pi px, pi 2py. Here pi star 2px and pi star 2py. That you have to remember. These are the, here star is not mentioned. Please mention the star on this second particular thing of this particular molecular orbital. It is very simple. Then we have to calculate the bond order. How you can calculate the bond order? Bond order is nothing but the number of electrons in the bonding orbital minus number of electrons in the anti-bonding orbitals divided by 2. Now here bonding means these lower orbitals are the bonding one and upper one are the non-bonding one, means star. Anti-bonding and bonding. This lower one is the bonding one and upper one is the anti-bonding one. This you can see 2 and here there are the 6. These are the 8 total, and this 8 means 8 minus 8 will be the 0 divided by 2, that the total answer will be the 0. The bond order of the neon molecule is 0. So neon molecule suggested that Ni2 is not expected to exit, means neon is monoatomic in nature. On the basis of the MOT, explain bond order and the magnetic property of the N2 molecule. Again same we have to consider. See diagram you have to draw at that time one side. Same, this is the homodiatomic molecule. Here both the atoms are the same. Now whatever we have talked for the N2 molecule, Ne2 neon molecule, it is not exit because of the bond order is 0 and it is monoatomic in nature. Same way we have to explain the formation of the N2 molecule, that is the nitrogen molecule, on the basis of the MOT. First of all we will consider the electronic configuration of the nitrogen. For that purpose atomic number of the nitrogen is 7, means their electronic configuration will be the 1s2 2s2 and 2p3. Molecule of the nitrogen have the 14 electron in the molecular atomic orbital of in the 14 electron. In the molecular orbital of the one atom overlap with the atomic orbital of the one atom overlap with the atomic orbital of the with the another atom in to form the molecular orbital. 1s orbital are considered as a non-bonding. 2s orbitals of the two atoms overlap and form the sigma 2s and the sigma star 2s molecular orbitals. 2pz orbital overlap to form the sigma 2pz and sigma star 2pz molecular orbital. 2px and 2p y orbitals of the one atom overlap with the 2px and 2py orbital of the other atom of same element and form the two degenerate pi bonding orbital pi px and pi 2py. And you can see over here, here again the diagram is not visible properly, but you can trace the diagram easily. See here, these are the electrons of the one nitrogen atom. These are the electrons of the another nitrogen atom. C1s will be the non-bonding 2s, and this 2s electrons will form the sigma 2s and the sigma star 2s. Here you can see this. Then here you can see that pi px and the pi py is there. These three electrons are there. Then these all are should be the bonded one, and anti-bonding will be there. There will be no electron here. You can trace the diagram very easily. See, these are the lines you have to extrapolate. You can see here, these are the line you have to draw. These lines are there. Okay, here this is a pi 2px, or say you can say pi px and pi py, or say pi 2px and pi 2py. Here same way you can say this is particularly pi star 2px and pi star 2py. Then upper one is the sigma, that is a 2pz, and here is the sigma star 2pz. This energy should be, you have to remember how they are separated. Okay, then bond order. When you have to calculate the bond order, we have to take the total number of electrons in the bonding orbital minus the total number of electrons in the anti-bonding orbital. Bonding 8 are there, in the anti-bonding 2 are there. 8 minus 2, that is just 3. Therefore all the electrons are paired, and it is a diamagnetic nature, and has a bond order indicates that in triple bond N is there. You got this point? You understood this diagram for this N2 molecule? It is very easy. You have to just remember the electronic configuration, then you have to write some few words about this, what happens in that particular molecular orbital diagram. Then you have to draw the diagram, then you have to predict the bond order, and then you have to write the final conclusion. Does it exist, molecule is exist or not, or say what will be the magnetic property. Okay, if all the electrons are paired, then it will become the paramagnetic, that you have to all that particular electrons are paired, then it is a diamagnetic in nature. If unpaired electrons are there, at that time it is a paramagnetic in nature. Draw a neat level diagram, molecular orbital diagram for the N2, F2, C2 or H2, He2, calculate the bond order and mention its molecular configuration and the magnetic property. Here you can see the C2, same case is applicable for the C2. Diagram is very simple one, as the same as the nitrogen. You have to write the molecular configuration also. Molecular configuration is nothing but, somewhere I have written, as like the electronic configuration, we can write the molecular configuration. Here it is not mentioned, but somewhere it has to be mentioned. Okay, no problem. If any diatomic molecule is given, you can draw the diagram easily and you can predict the molecular their particular thing, magnetic property, bond order, and does the molecule will exit or not. That you can easily predict that you will get the trend. The same is applicable for the carbon. You have to take the 6 electron, 1s2 2s2 2p2. Means what will happen here, you can see only in the 2p2 you can see only the 2 electrons are available. Okay, which are those? Pi 2px and pi 2py. Getting this point, 2pz will be the vacant because it has the more energy than the pi 2px and the pi 2py. See, this is the basic thing you have to remember. See, all the electrons are paired again. Then bond, what will be the bond order that you have to calculate? You can see total bonding electrons are the 6 minus 2. 4 and 4 by 2 is nothing but the 2. Bond order will be the 2 for this particular carbon molecule, not for the, there are the 4 valence electron in the carbon. Now discuss the basic concept of a VBT and a MOT. According to the VBT, when the two atoms come close to each other, then the equilibrium distance their completely filled atomic orbitals remain intact, but outer shell half filled atomic of one atom overlap with half filled atomic orbitals of the others outers of the other atom with the same symmetry, resulting in the formation of the covalent bond. According to the MOT, when the nuclei of the two atoms are close to each other at equilibrium distance, atomic orbitals intact, leading to the formation of new atomic orbitals called a molecular orbital. All the atomic orbitals of the one atom overlap with all the atomic orbitals of the another atom, provided the atomic orbitals of the same symmetry and a similar energy. This is the difference between the VVT and a MOT that you have to remember. Then differentiate between the atomic orbital and the molecular orbital. Simply atomic orbital, there are the atomic orbitals in the atom, there are the molecular orbitals in the atoms. Then atomic orbitals are monoatomic, that is a monocentric, and the molecular orbitals are the polycentric. Atomic orbitals are distinguished by the SPD and F orbital and determined by the quantum number. Here the molecular orbitals are also determined by the quantum number are designated as sigma pi and sigma star and pi star orbitals like this. Atomic orbital described by its presence subatomic orbitals such as S, P, D, F. Each molecular orbital may be described by the wave formation or say wave function psi called as the molecular orbital wave function. You got this point. Basically these diagrams are very much important. Out of this, one question will be there in the exam. You can either the Ne2, H2, please go through this part well. If you are not getting any part, you can easily ask me or say, see, whatever the important things are there, this molecular diagram is important as the exam point of view. Please go through all this part. Okay, if you are not getting, you can ask me at any time. Okay, thank you. Today we'll stop here and we'll continue the next part in the next lecture. Thank you.